We are going into Vatican, the smallest country in the world, 0.44 square kilometers. So I'm going over, she's going to talk about it, and remember, she's going to tell you about the security and everything. Please pay attention.
Vatican City is the world's smallest country, covering an area of 0.44 square kilometers, 0.17 square miles. This is equivalent to 440,000 square meters. The area is so small that it is smaller than the famous St. Peter's Basilica, which is considered the largest place of worship in Christianity. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Area in square kilometers. 0.44 square kilometers. Area in square miles. 0.17 square miles. Area in square meters. 440,000 meters. History. The Vatican museums trace their origin to a single marble sculpture, purchased in the 16th century. Laocoon and his sons was discovered on the 14th of January 1506. In a vineyard near the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome. Pope Julius II sent Giuliano da San Gallo and Michelangelo, who were working at the Vatican, to examine the discovery. 11. On their recommendation, the Pope immediately purchased the sculpture from the vineyard owner. The Pope put the sculpture, which represents the Trojan priest Laocoon and his two sons, Antiphantes and Tymbraeus, being attacked by giant serpents, on public display at the Vatican exactly 1 month after its discovery. The Sistine Chapel ceiling, painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512, is one of the most renowned artworks of the High Renaissance. Central to the ceiling decoration are 9 scenes from the Book of Genesis, of which the creation of Adam is the best known. The hands of God and Adam being reproduced in countless imitations. The complex design includes several sets of individual figures, both clothed and nude, which allowed Michelangelo to fully demonstrate his skill in creating a huge variety of poses for the human figure, and have provided an enormously influential pattern book of models for other artists ever since. The Vatican City's history is a long and complex one, evolving from a humble beginning over St. Peter's grave to becoming a sovereign state within Rome. Its origins can be traced back to the 4th century with the construction of the Basilica of St. Peter's, which became a prominent pilgrimage site. Over time, the Vatican grew as the seat of the Catholic Church, developing into a residence for the Pope and a hub for art and culture. Key milestones. 4th century. Construction of the Basilica of St. Peter's over St. Peter's grave marks the beginning of the Vatican's history as a spiritual center. 14th century. The Vatican becomes the residence of the Pope, replacing Rome as the center of papal authority. 1870. The Papal States are dissolved, and the Pope becomes confined to Vatican City, as Rome becomes part of the unified Italian state. 1929. The Lateran Treaty establishes Vatican City as an independent sovereign state, granting the Pope full jurisdiction over the territory. Evolution of the Vatican. From pilgrimage site to papal residence, the Vatican transitioned from a place of religious significance to the official residence and seat of papal authority. The rise of the Papal States. The Papal States, a territory controlled by the Pope, emerged in the 8th century and influenced the political landscape of Italy for centuries. Loss of temporal power. The unification of Italy in the 19th century led to the demise of the Papal States, leaving the Pope with only Vatican City as his sovereign territory. Modern Vatican City. The Lateran Treaty of 1929 officially recognized Vatican City as an independent state, granting the Pope full sovereignty over the territory.
The Sistine Chapel ceiling, painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512, is one of the most renowned artworks of the High Renaissance. Central to the ceiling decoration are 9 scenes from the book of Genesis, of which the creation of Adam is the best known, the hands of God and Adam being reproduced in countless imitations. The complex design includes several sets of individual figures, both clothed and nude, which allowed Michelangelo to fully demonstrate his skill in creating a huge variety of poses for the human figure, and have provided an enormously influential pattern book of models for other artists ever since.
1508 र 1512 कोलम्ब बीचमा माइकलेन्जेलोले चित्रित गरेको सिस्टिन चैपलको छत उच्च पुनर्जागरणको सबैभन्दा प्रसिद्ध कलाकृतिहरूमध्ये एक हो। छतको सजावटको केन्द्रबिन्दु उत्पत्तिको पुस्तकका 9 दृश्यहरू छन्, जसमध्ये द क्रिएसन अफ आदम सबैभन्दा प्रसिद्ध छ। भगवान र आदमका हातहरू अनगिन्ती नक्कलहरूमा पुनरुत्पादित गरिएका छन्। जटिल डिजाइनमा लुगा लगाएका र नग्न दुवै व्यक्तिगत आकृतिहरूको धेरै सेटहरू समावेश छन्, जसले माइकलेन्जेलोलाई मानव आकृतिको लागि विभिन्न प्रकारका पोजहरू सिर्जना गर्ने आफ्नो सिप पूर्ण रूपमा प्रदर्शन गर्न अनुमति दियो, र त्यसबेलादेखि अन्य कलाकारहरूको लागि मोडेलहरूको एक अत्यन्त प्रभावशाली ढाँचा पुस्तक प्रदान गरेको छ।
Pope is guarded by the Swiss youth, especially from Lucerne. Between their age of 18 to 31, they give their service towards Vatican, towards Pope. Even today, Pope is guarded by the Swiss youth. They can serve between 18 to 31. After their age of 31, if they want to return back to Switzerland, return back to Lucerne, they can do that. If they want to continue towards Vatican, they can do that. Swiss guards. Why Swiss guards? Because they are, as I said, loyal